Welcome back to the Brew Bowl. It's time for the final game summary of round 3, and this time we're looking at the Loren Forest Drakes versus the Skraevold Butchers. So for deployment, the Loren Forest Drakes are joined by Gloriel Summerbloom and the Skraevold Butchers by Scyla Anfingrimm. The Drakes win the coin toss and elect to receive in the first half. During the kickoff, Scyla Anfingrimm gets into an argument with the game ref and is knocked down and stunned by the fierce official. Drake's turn 1. While Adrith and Urga move to form a blocking line in front of the Butcher's line of scrimmage, Talvak marks the cleaver, which allows Kazlu the War Dancer to blitz Leaf back but not down. Midi runs up the sideline to take a position alongside Kazlu before Dade, the thrower, collects the ball and throws it successfully to the catcher. The star player Gloriel Summerbloom moves to the back of the Drake's attacking formation to offer support. Butcher's turn 1. The two Bloodseekers, Sigwolf Bloodice and Thornhall Ironcast, move forward to lock down the Drake's players. The Cleaver tries to block Talvak but just ends up angrily screaming at the Wood Elf. Leaf blocks Kazlu down before Hrak blitzes Midi to the ground. The ball comes loose but is caught by Gloriel Summerbloom. The Butchers move a veiled around the back of the Drake's line to create pressure. Drake's turn 2. After Kazlu and Midi get up, Talvak skillfully dodges past the Cleaver and makes a run into the end zone. Gloriel Summerbloom, renowned for her passing skill, throws a beautiful pass that Talvak catches with ease, giving the Drakes a 1-0 lead. Butcher's turn 2. From the Drakes kickoff, the ball lands in the midfield. Hrak collects the ball and positions himself in a cage with the two Bloodseekers in the front and Havold and Leaf in the back. Unfortunately for the Butchers, both the Cleaver and Scyla Anfingrimm end up roaring in impotent rage from the back line. Drake's turn 3. Unsure of how to defeat a powerful cage of the Butchers, the Drakes try to set up defensive columns. With the help of Urga, Kazlu manages to blitz Sigwolf Bloodice to the ground, and the War Dancer enters the cage to mark the ball carrier. Butcher's turn 3. The Butcher's cage opens up with Thornhall Ironcast blocking Talvak out of the way before Hrak blitzes through, knocking back Adrith and running past to take position in front of the much weaker Midi. Sigwolf Bloodice gets up and is joined by Leaf, lining up with the War Dancer, and the Cleaver finally comes to his senses, moving in to mark the prone Talvak. Scyla Anfingrimm remains at the line, screaming with rage. Drake's turn 4. Dade and Gloriel Summerbloom move into position, giving Midi a rare block on the ball carrier. Hrak goes down and the ball is caught by Urga, who blitzes with it into Leaf, knocking him back. Talvak gets up but is still sandwiched between a Marauder, a Bloodseeker, and the Cleaver. Butcher's turn 4. The Cleaver knocks down Talvak, which frees up Thornhall Ironcast to knock down Adrith. Sigwolf Bloodice blocks and knocks prone Urga, sending the ball loose onto the field. Staying next to the prone Talvak, Havold steps on his neck, fatally injuring the Wood Elf, but getting sent off for foul play in the process. Drake's turn 5. Dade moves around to blitz Hrak out of the way with the help of Midi and Gloriel Summerbloom so that he can grab the football, but his block goes poorly and the thrower goes down, ending the Drakes' play early. Butcher's turn 5. Thornhall Ironcast pushes Adrith towards the sideline before knocking him down on the edge of the pitch. This gives Sigwolf Bloodice an opportunity to push Urga into the crowd. When the Bloodseeker blocks, however, both he and his target end up going down on the spot. Drake's turn 6. Dade gets up and blitzes Hrak, knocking him down and away from the ball. Kazlu knocks back Leaf, and Gloriel Summerbloom grabs the ball before passing it to Midi. The catcher runs deep with the ball. She's not going to score with the time remaining in the half, but she can get the ball away from the Butchers players. Butchers turn 6. The Cleaver blitzes Midi, knocking her down, though there is really no one left to collect the ball. So there really is no one left to collect the football. Instead, Thornhall Ironcast pushes Urga to the ground, knocking the Drakes player out and ending the first half of the game. At the start of the second half, the Drakes kick to the Butchers. The Butchers quickly form another cage around Hrak and the ball. The Cleaver marks Adrith, and Scyla Anfingrimm blitzes the Wood Elf Learningman, knocking him down and stunning him. Drake's turn 7. The Drakes move in to wrap around the Butcher's cage. Once again, Kazlu blitzes into the cage, this time with help from Dade. Thornhall Ironcast is pushed back and down, though Hrak still has the ball. Butcher's turn 8. Sigwolf Bloodice blocks Adrith down with a heavy blow that slays the Wood Elf lineman before moving in to mark the down journeyman. Scyla Anfingrimm knocks down knocks down and stuns Dade, and Harak is given a gap to run through towards the scoring line. Blitzing Kazlev into unconsciousness on the way through, Kjal knocks down Midi, and the Cleaver marks up Gloriel Summerbloom. Leaf throws a foul at the Wood Elf Journeyman for good measure, but it's ineffective. Drake's turn 8. Once the Journeyman stands up, Midi dodges away to mark Rack before Gloriel Summerbloom also dodges away and blitzes the ball carrier. Rack is knocked down and stunned, and Summerbloom catches the ball as it comes loose. Butcher's turn 9. Sigwolf Bloodknife knocks down the Journeyman, then Leaf blocks Gloriel Summerbloom, knocking her out. Kjal runs around and collects the ball. Thornhill Ironcast fouls Dade, stunning him, but is sent off by the ref in the process. The Butcher's coach tries to protest, but he's also sent off by the officials. Drake's turn 9. Midi dodges away and marks Kjal, giving the Journeyman a chance to stand up and blitz him. They only succeed in pushing him towards the sideline, however. Butcher's turn 10. Leaf moves to mark the Journeyman, and then Sigwolf Bloodaxe moves over to foul Dade once more. Despite stunning the thrower again, the Bloodseeker is also sent off, leaving 3 players in the penalty box along with the team coach. Drake's turn 10. Once again, Midi and the Journeyman attempt to block Kjal, but they only push him back. Butcher's turn 11. Harak and Leaf move over to support Kjal in dealing with the elves in his way. Kjal blocks the Journeyman back and down. Scyla Anfingrimm attempts to foul Dade once more, but can't get through his armor. Drake's turn 11. After Dade dodges away from Scyla Anfingrimm and moves to assist, the Journeyman gets up and attempts to blitz Kjal. He knocks the ball carrier down, but he's knocked down himself, badly injuring himself in the process and ending the Drake's turn. Butcher's turn 12. Kjal and Harak both block Midi, but only manage to push her, although they do get away from the ball. This gives Leaf a chance to pick it up and carry it to the end zone for an equaliser, bringing the score to 1-1. Drake's turn 12. On their final turn, the Drakes simply run across the field with Urga blitzing Relvaith ineffectively. Dade does manage to pass to Midi, but the buzzer goes before they can run in a winning touchdown. The game ends in a draw, with both teams sitting on a single touchdown. So for that game, that's it for round 3 as well. That's the end of the Star Player round. We'll have some more Blood Bowl action coming up soon. We're going to take a short break because I have to do some travel for work. But I will also have a weekly update summary and then be watching this space in the next week or so. More Blood Bowl games. Hope you're enjoying it and keep watching.